Have you ever really thought about your home? I mean, you know exactly where everything is, right? But how would you build that picture in someone else's mind, using only words? Well, today, we're going to pull apart the linguistic blueprint for doing just that, using a simple English textbook as our guide to see how we construct our most personal spaces.
Home. It's so much more than just a place, isn't it? It's a feeling, it's a memory, it's comfort. But what if you had to build that place for somebody else, from scratch, especially in a new language? To do that, you're going to need more than just a list of words. You need the architectural plans. And that's exactly what we're digging into here. We're looking at Unit 8 from a pretty basic English textbook, but we're not treating it like a lesson. No, we're looking at it as a set of instructions for building a reality. We're about to see how these simple rules are about so much more than vocabulary. They're about creating an entire world, one room at a time.
Every great structure has to start with a solid foundation. And when it comes to the language of home, that foundation is the simple act of naming the spaces we actually live in.
Okay, so first things first. Before we can even think about furnishing a house, we have to name the rooms. Our source text starts right here with these essential spaces. You can almost picture them as empty containers, just waiting to be filled. The bedroom, the living room, kitchen, bathroom, and dining room. These are the main zones that give a home its basic shape. So once we've got the rooms, we have to make them recognizable. The source text populates them with the most fundamental objects. A bed goes in the bedroom, a sofa in the living room. See? These are the anchors that define the whole purpose of each space, turning what was just an empty box into a place with a clear function. But here's the thing, just listing a bunch of words doesn't really create a picture, does it? This is where we go beyond simple vocabulary and get into something way more powerful, the grammar of existence. It's how we actually place these objects into the rooms we've just named. Our source material gives us the perfect guide for this. A woman named Sarah. She introduces her small house, and right away she uses the key phrase that makes everything work. There are 4 rooms in my house. That simple phrase, there are, is doing all the heavy lifting. It's telling us not just what exists, but that it actually does exist inside our house.
And this is basically the magic wand of description. There is and there are. The rule is super simple. There is for one thing, there are for more than one. It's how we declare that something exists in the space we're describing. It's like the linguistic equivalent of physically placing an object down in a room.
Okay, so let's actually see this in action. We're going to build Sarah's living room, just like she does in the text. Watch how we start with a totally empty room, and then, using that magic phrase, we bring the furniture into existence, piece by piece.
So Sarah kicks off her description like this. In my living room, there is a sofa. She starts with a single big item. And notice, it's the singular form, just like the rule says. There is a sofa.
And then she just keeps going, listing out the rest of the items that exist in that room. An armchair, a coffee table, a bookcase, a television. That first phrase, there is, sets the stage for this whole collection of items. And just like that, the room is verbally furnished. It's all there. Okay, so we've populated the room. We've got a list of things that exist. But a list isn't a picture, is it? A sofa, an armchair, a table. I mean, where are they? To create a real mental map, we need to define their relationships in space. We need the logic of location. And that's where this next set of tools from our source text comes in handy. Prepositions of place. Words like in, on, under, behind. These tiny words are incredibly powerful. They're like the architectural glue that connects all the objects to each other and to the room itself. Let's use a simple, classic example to see just how powerful these little words are. A simple question that absolutely needs a preposition for its answer. Where is the cat? And this just nails it, doesn't it? This shows the power we're talking about. The cat isn't just in the room with the sofa. No, the cat is behind the sofa. That one little word, behind, paints a complete picture. It orients us in the space. We know exactly where to look in our mind's eye. All right, and this is where it gets really, really interesting. Because once you master these tools for describing what is, you can use the exact same linguistic tools to build a vision of what could be. Just look at this. On the left, we've got Sarah's house, a description of reality. There are 4 rooms, but on the right, the textbook prompts us to imagine a dream house. And how do we do that?
with the exact same language. In my dream house, there are 10 rooms. There is a swimming pool. There is a rooftop garden. The tools don't change at all, but the purpose shifts completely, from description to creation.
You're not a reporter anymore. You're an architect. You're not just describing Sarah's small dining table. You're deciding if your house even has one. The building blocks are so simple. Nouns, there is, are, prepositions, but the things you can build with them are limited only by your imagination.
And that's really the secret hidden inside this simple lesson. Language isn't just a mirror, reflecting the world as it is. It's a toolbox. It's a hammer and nails we can use to build brand new worlds, starting with the space we call home. The building blocks are simple, but the only real question is, what are you going to build with them?